Welcome back for Game 3 in our Best of 5 series, where Cloud9 is taking on Counter Logic Gaming. And honestly, I don't know, taking them on a ride right now, and it is a dangerous one. And I'm sure CLG wants to get off this wild ride, but they got to stay on for 3 more games, if they can.
2 ways to get off the ride. Either you tame it or it just kicks you out after the next game. So right now it looks like C9 is fully in control and about to kick CLG back to the curb. But at least it would be a great success for this organization, no matter how they end here. Obviously, incredible if they're able to topple C9 with a reverse sweep from this point forward. But all signs point to C9 dominance continuing.
It's been a bit too strong. I mean, you have to see it that way, but never down, never out. The counter logic can always come through. We saw them bring Golden Guardians to a best of 5. We saw them come back 5,000 gold and then take a quick 2,000 gold lead over Golden Guardians to make sure that they were able to win that series. So it is there, and we know the fans of CLG hope. The hope gives them drive.
Yes, the hope of CLG. They still have it, which is amazing. I definitely
right? There's no false hope right now, so they should be good.
I have a hard time with hope personally. I usually just see no hope ever. It's like, okay, at least it's a safe place to begin with. You never get disappointed. But if there is hope for CLG, it is what you're saying, that they were able to beat Golden Guardians, one of the strongest teams we had in the regular season, along C9 and TSM, who are already paving their way to the finals. So if they could beat them, maybe they can come up with some of that Mike's magic juice to get themselves amped up for Game 3.
That's right. Both of these teams, well, I should say whoever wins will meet TSM in the finals. But recapping this one, if you're just joining us, it has been Cloud9 domination in the best of 5 series. 2 Lucian top games for Fudge, and the man is 6-0-6. Absurd. And he's literally helping around the map in the process as well. Palafox playing a Zoe and an Azir, and also doing the same. It's the C9 solo lane story, but the whole team is there, and I think we all know that that's just Cloud9's playstyle.
Yeah, and they have 2 games of set as well. A champion that's
a good call for Inori.
And Inori's been doing a lot of. I'm very interested in Inori's journey this time, because this has been his year on the Cloud9 Academy roster. A very impressive year for a player that had a pretty large drop-off from the times where he was in the LCS on Phoenix 1, suddenly disappears, goes in scouting grounds, no one drafts him, ends up on C9, back on top, back on winning.
Of most people should know that he has the Phoenix DNA, that he can rise again.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
You are the one who flew the Phoenix.
Yes. It was I, the Phoenix.
It was I, the Phoenix. Oh, that's great. Good times. But yeah, you're right. He always does kind of have these surges, and imagine if he keeps that up and continues that, and then follows through, and then finds what that ceiling was for him. It would be amazing to see Inori continue to compete at that level, showing off the skill where he just continues to wow you. We are now into the bans section.
Okay.
And that's going to be all
no salty run back.
All done. Yeah, right. There it is. 3 games for the set. Hey, we've seen 3 Akalis. We've seen 3 of this, 3 of that. Let's do it again. Right? Love
Please don't pick
threes.
GP. Please don't pick GP.
Yes! Yes!
All right.
Dude, I'm so happy, because I was saying they need to start the fight before they're actually in it.
You
do
want
a little bit of damage. Poke them out. Let's go.
Lux is great in the bottom lane right now, just locking away a very early, very pokey-oriented bot lane. So a lot of effort from the jungler will have to be aimed at Wind and Phil. So that'd be different. It's kind of hard when you have so many long-range and safe farmers like the Ashe in the bottom lane that can be paired up with even more safe supports like Morganas, Karmas, whatever you want. Heck, you could even go champions like Braum and make sure you're just never killable down there. But no Lucian, I think, will come out from C9 because it's just crazy. And Blitz would be a great pick, Rib. I love Blitz against Senna. When I play solo queue, there's 2 champions I hate if I'm Senna. It is Blitzcrank and it is Thresh.
Also, as a support, when I'm Lux, I'm like, really, man? I was hoping to have a fun game and make some plays, but now you have to check your positioning in every light binding and lucent singularity you want to get out. Make sure there's enough minions in front of you there for the bot lane. Tricky stuff to be played here. Jarvan locked in. A great way to keep an Ashe in one spot. Great way to keep them away from your team.
That's a funny ban.
The Gangplank banned away. I said, well, we're not gonna. We picked it, but we picked it on our bottom list.
Deus is like, what should I play, guy? I want to play Gangplank again, and then somebody, oh, sorry, I banned it. No, man.
Oh no.
My bad.
Yeah, that actually would be really funny. I banned what I was supposed to play? Oh, I thought we were picking.
Right. Whoops, sorry guys. I mean, GP would have actually, you could have actually banned Lucian here and taken the Gangplank blind. Would have been a lot easier. And it works with Jarvan. You can put the Cataclysm inside.
Oh, yeah.
GP ultimate.
The barrel.
Yeah.
LeBlanc. Palafox played gross LeBlanc recently. Gotta watch out for that. Also, it's like riding a bike going back to LeBlanc. You just like, oh, I killed one? That's how we do it again. Over the wall, kill another one. Chains everywhere. Wow, C9 is really playing out the clock for these. I like the patience they have. Mordekaiser gets taken away from Deus. A very smart pick, as he had a game where, remember that Crumbs, he went down over and over, and then was like, by the way, I'm still Mord.
Yeah, very blindable top lane champion.
Yep.
They're going to save Deus's pick for last, really trying to change things up. No longer will we have Fudge bullying out Deus, but this could be a big telling match for how good either of these top laners are, because Fudge will have to blind his champion.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit that he can play right now with the bans of GP and the Mordekaiser already in fruition. Heck, even the Vladimir makes you feel a bit safer about going with something like a Shen, but it is going to be the sets in the top lane, his classic bruiser, and Nori will take the jungle Gragas. Wait, what? No, it won't be Gangplank mid. Oh, sorry, Gragas mid. Really?
Aurelia. There you go.
Okay, so it's Aurelia mid, set top, Gragas jungle, yeah.
You're like, is this happening? Shushay, is that you?
Right.
Let me see what we have here on Phil. This will be your top, and this is CLG now. Counter picking for Deus on blue side, third time. And he gets this, where he can finally figure out what he wants to play against his opponent. Malphite. All right.
Okay.
That's
he kind of has the same voice as Rammus in a way.
You will lose. That's his voice.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. I used to play a lot of Malphite. I actually had a song. I forgot. It was like, you do the ground slam, and then you slow them, and then you ult them. And that's how you play Malphite. Oh, you got to clap him. There's a clap him in there, too. Because when you have his
W.
fists on, yeah. Boom. Brutal strikes, I think, maybe.
It is Brutal Strike.
Yes! I haven't played Malphite in a long time, but I love that rock of a dude. But I'm excited. So Deus now gets back onto something where he can hit these ultimates. He can make the teleports count, and it needs to be done this time because C9 is looking quite confident coming in here, honestly. They have recently released a tweet, and I thought it was a different tweet from a different time, but it was only within minutes ago that said, we're ready for finals, basically.
Oh.
Look at this. Congrats on making finals. Hashtag, what? Hashtag, I was saying C9 at the same time. C9 LACS. There's no way CLGA come back from an 0-2.
The Alex Penn meme survived.
Yep.
Probably the most timeless of them all. And here it is once more. I think they're right, though, with this tweet, Riv. It really does look like C9 have the tools to close things out. They are going to try to snowball the game when you have Set and Aurelia. It's very bruiser-oriented, and especially when you've got a Gragas. But if it fails, if they don't get ahead, the Malphite and the Azir combo could definitely do a lot of work later into the game. All it takes is a single ground slam, and Aurelia's not attacking anyone anymore.
That's true. First you ground slam, and then you slow. See, you just got to go right through the process again. We will have to see if that tweet ages like milk or not, if they just turn it into a beautiful ice cream. We're going to be stepping away to build some good game delay right now. When we come back, we will have what could be the final game of C9A versus CLGA from the start. Welcome back, everyone. We have just finished up our champion select and are about to load onto the Rift for Cloud9, putting Counter Logic Gaming on point here in the Academy League. This is your last semifinal before one team will move on to face TSM. And here are the selections for Cloud9's game point match. CLG looking to keep themselves alive here with a different style comp than we've been seeing for the series.
Yes, a different style from multiple members here. The Senna Lux in the bottom lane. So a lot of bot lane focus, trying to survive in the top lane with the Malphite, join them up when the team fights happen, and hopefully have a big explosion in the CLG favor. Whereas C9, I am really curious to see what happens with Palafox playing Aurelia. She is not easy to pilot at all, especially when your responsibility is that of a mid laner.
Very true, and we kind of see that it's a bit scattered in the way things work for that composition, right? You're going to be Gragas barreling somebody out, or maybe pulling somebody in, or having Set throw someone back. So if you're either like separating someone from a fight and choosing a target, or just causing chaos, and Cloud9's trying to take the fight, which I believe they can still do.
It is going to be really scary and exciting to watch, too, because C9's engage skills are actually plenty, like you're saying, right? You've got Gragas that can go into a Set ultimate, that can go into the grabs, the punches, the volleys, the arrows, the stuns, everything that C9 has.
Dude, if somebody grabs a Gragas barreled opponent out of midair, I guess it had to be Fudge, not somebody, but if that happens in a fight, I guess I should say, I will lose my stuff.
That'd be sick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if you flash grab the person as they're flying the wrong way or something and bring them? Oh, my word.
What if they're getting Gragas ultimate and then Blitzcrank power fist them and then Fudge ults them?
And during the ult, they get shot in the face with an arrow. It's over.
No.
If that happens, I think the rift just crashes. Like a whole fault line cracks open and everybody falls in.
The game can't handle that kind of crowd control.
But the rebuttal from CLG. No, I'm just kidding. CLG's comp, though, is super deadly. Get caught by one binding and find yourself respawning, basically. The follow-up damage is going to be big, especially once the lanes break and you get Jarvan able to work around with the Bash Buddy. Jarvan on Conqueror, looking for late game. Grasp on to Malphite. Deus looking to stay alive here as he goes up against Fudge. This should be a little bit harder to gank now. Deus, that is.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be moving away from the top lane for both these teams. Inori and Fudge certainly have the damage to take down the Malphite, but it's entirely up to Fudge to chunk him out, or else there's almost no point going to the top lane.
That skin is so sick.
They look very similar, both of them.
They do. They have the Malphite's metal wings on that one, yeah.
Yeah, they got the spikes in the back.
I like it.
Is that what they're called? Meta wings?
Metal.
Oh, metal.
But yeah, sure. We're casters. We make stuff up. Caster dictionary, add another word. Meta wings. 2.5 till we see Cloud. May not pull too much attention here. As an early ward from Tuesday, he gets seen placing that. So they'll be a little wary as they head around towards the bot side. But no, it'll just be for vision. And I like that attempt because it was Tomo finding Fragus every second Hawkshot was up. Now they might have a chance to see where Inori will be. Also, process of elimination if they don't see him there. He's top side, so helps a little bit more early for here for CLG.
There's two places where Inori could be topside, and maybe if he wants to be really creative with the Predator, he could start Raptors red and be a doubles, recall with boots so that he can have the Predators for the first game.
Okay.
Skipping the blue side. So it's an old Gragas route, but one that is sure to not be forgotten by somebody who loves playing this champion like Inori.
Ooh, Fudge doing a great job as well. Obviously, you have a bit more ability to attack here as Deus is going to use some abilities to farm more so. So taking the damage would be expected. He'll be able to get a few resources to mitigate that in a second on the side of on the side of Deus. He just cleans these up. Still doing alright in CS. Actually up if he can get these. Nope. Dang it. Kirsten. This one. Minions help him. Good guy, minions.
And no dive coming from Inori and Fudge, despite having a set again to be able to play the tower juggling aggro game so well. They're just going to avoid the Malphite, because even if you gank the Malphite, you know you're not really pushing your win condition that much farther. He's still going to do his job.
Not going to lie, with Wind standing on Phil's Guardian right now, it looks like Jarvan's in the bot lane. Just ready to dive in. Every time Wind holds that gun up, we got two Jarvans roaming around.
Oh, it looks like a big spear.
Yeah. I was like, wait,
I see it. Yeah.
He's like, wait, he's in the brush? Why isn't he ganking? Oh, that's Wind. Fragus now backs. Yeah, it was actually a good position there, but again, seen by a ward, quickly placed out here by Cloud9, and a much safer game for Deus. I'm sure he's happier here on the top side on a bit of an island. Throws down a quick punch there. Brutal Strikes is on. As you see his fist is glowing. That'll give him some clear and attack damage. Diamond says, whoops. Throws out the horn honk and heads back to safety. Good passive light damage. Loosen Singularity. Auto damage, or auto ability auto as Phil threads in the max damage on that play.
And they have to back off when Hook is up.
Traded on ward, tracked on wards here. Serves up a quick drink, and he pokes him in the bum.
He's got work to do. He can't just stay around drinking.
Ooh, Diamond with the double grab. Low mana on him though. They have one more grab in that mana resource bar, and they're fighting within the minions. A lot of casters here dealing damage back to the side of CLG, and Nori's just waiting off on the side with the sweeper, ready to go. Fragus coming down now, a sweeper of his own. Another poke and drink war here, going towards the bot side, and I think actually Frackus realized that a bit late, but Tomo's already taken a bit too much damage. Tuesday teleporting down to the bot side now, and they're trying to turn this one down onto Phil. Could be damage onto Fudge that kills him, but the Haymaker comes out to keep him alive. Win with the flash forward, knowing the damage wouldn't be there from a Nori, and everybody pushing themselves to the limits here to find a kill. Is just going to walk out of range on each side, though. But we do see a kill going down over onto Tomo and onto Diamond. Or no, sorry, not onto Diamond, just Tomo.
Big party in the bottom lane, Riv.
And
Everybody
Phil.
wants to TP down there.
Yes.
Tuesday makes it, and that's what happens when you're playing a mid laner that doesn't have teleport. Aurelia is not able to join the fight, and Malphite saves his because he's not offering anything of value without his ultimate available. So I think that CLG played that quite well and ought to be pretty happy from the position they were in to get that result, as Malphite can always TP back to the bottom lane and with level 6 ensure the right team fight for CLG.
Phil on a quick roam, just playing protector here. He has really nothing to do on the bot side. He should start to push now back over towards the side of Tuesday. Palafox looks like he wants to get a buy under his belt here with 55 CS. And here's the bot fight once again. So it looked like Tomo went in and expected a Nori quicker, but not Frackus, right? And then the fight started to sway a bit. And C9 able to grab control for a bit.
Not only were they not expecting the Jarvan, but the teleport there from Azir. It wasn't even a ward on the back, it's a little side ward. And Azir getting a kill is pretty good for CLG because he's been having a rough time against Palafox thus far. It is behind in CS, but the golds will help him even that lane out. And the big question for me now is, how does CLG use the Malphite ultimate, the Malphite TP advantage? Because it has to be a roam to the bottom lane or somewhere, because you're not getting any value to the Malphite if you're not trying to cash in these ultimate free kills, like free fights, as often as you can.
And they're going to have to be follow-up fights. You know, he's obviously not building AP, so he's going to take somebody off the map immediately, but Tomo is really the only target he's going to want to step out of the fight. Palafox is going to get hit, maybe even dive past him, but Nori will be pretty okay with it, so will Fudge. So you're right, definitely needs to happen, and it has to be almost perfect to find that window. Tomo and Diamond flexing towards mid.
It does have to be perfect, Riff, because Fudge is not building tank. He doesn't build tank on this, he builds the pushing, but first a fight, a hook onto Wind.
The silence there onto Diamond shuts him, or onto Wind shuts him down for quite a bit, but CLG was already over towards that Drake. A quick barrel to help them out as Wind gets drunk onto the table. Oh, he stops him with the face breaker. Great catch, observers. And now we're back to the bottom fight. Nori now pushing in with Palafox, and it looks like CLG has stayed a little bit too long. Flawless duet misses. That could be their way out. Emperor's Divide happens. Frackus, flag, and drag, but he doesn't have much more, and he gets taken down as he tries to get out of this play. And C9 once again act fast.
That was so close, and you're right. It was such a great call to see exactly what went down in the top. And we know what happened. Deus ultied this set and actually ended up getting a kill in return for that. He got knocked up in turret aggro. It's a big win there out of CLG, despite the TPs being cancelled and the kill score being the same. The wave is going to crash up here, and C9 will just get the first dragon of the game, but so much slower than the previous games where they were taking it around 5 minutes. 6 minutes was the time that they got.
Cloud9 starting to put some tempo on this one, and Nori is the one to step up this time. We see 2 kills in Tuesday's pocket. Palafox has 1 with his rotations. And we'll see this fight one more time as it comes in from just about every player.
Great. So it starts with hook into arrow, but CLG has 4 members here already. They're 4-on-1. C9 comes in with a great cast, and now the top lane fight. Love the quick ultimate there from Deus. We would really have missed on that one. Very quick W, but then Deus just has enough mana to follow up with a final Q that finishes the deal.
We saw the bottom fight, but yeah, a play that Deus needed. You know, some things turn the tide of the game differently. And that one isn't one you're really expecting, right? Fudge thinks he's making an awesome play, and then he's like, wait a minute. I'm going to take a bunch of turret shots, heated up now. Out in the middle of the lane, it's even looking a little bit different now. a lot more armor now for Deus, and he's able to stand tall, dodge these, and the movement shard allows him to quickly get out of the way of a haymaker, so he can just run circles around what Fudge wants to do there now.
Oh, you've been playing Malphite, Riv. You know this is the fun time for him. When your Q's got a few levels where you can just dance around your opponent's skill shots where they barely break through your passive shield.
Yep.
And you know that you're not even going to get ganked because you can always use your ultimate to get out of a sticky situation. So a big change in pace from the first 2 games out of Fudge and Deus, but I think Fudge is still positioning himself to have a strong impact playing side lanes with this Bork build so that the Malphite will be pressured to engage to get the fight that they want, and for Fudge to always be pushing minion waves.
You like to see it though. Don't build a bunch of HP against somebody who's doing % damage. You just build armor and then punch him back. Punch him even harder. Maybe take off the chain vest and whomp him with it. That's what Malphite does. Just hits you with every bit of armor that he has. The flawless duet that matches, but it's under the turret. Push back now, and Palafox just has the absurd amount of damage to make that work without even making it look scary. A grab in now onto Phil. They're going to have quite a bit of damage. The heal from Wind is not enough, even with the ultimate coming out. And there's an emote from Diamond as he says, support diff, baby.
What an awesome sequence out of C9. Solo kill in the mid lane, the double sums paying off for Aurelia, and then a free kill into the bottom lane, getting both summoners out of the Lux. Inori's here now, but he's quite strong and has a stopwatch.
Oh my word, looks like he may use it for a second here. The team's going to be able to get by with the minion wave there. He gets a quick heal from the support once again. This hook shots or rocket grab is going to miss. And they get themselves out on this, but they're able to just try plays now. Even if they're making slight errors, they can be in and out and still have enough time to get back to the laning phase. Palafox going in with another flawless duet. It's just never ending here. And we wondered what this would look like for him, and he plays just as aggressive as any other pick he has.
The Aurelia is just so deadly now. Another hook could get another kill.
Walks that one straight up. Social distancing. Diamond gives Wind a good handshake there, and they take him down. This game for C9 is just taking off, and it's like CLG is going in for the fights even more. They're going to find Palafox this time, and you gotta love it. Never ending around the map. That's a blue buff for Deus there, as he actually can see Inori as well, so Tuesday feels a bit safer. And Deus comes up with kill number 2 on his roam.
That's the Malphite pick, finally getting some value for CLG, but the rest of the team has to stop the bleeding. You can't afford to be dying this much. The Blitzcrank is really showing up against the Senna and the Lux, just so immobile. They have no way of defending themselves. But first, the 1v1 solo kill, just fantastic there. It's standard Aurelia play, really dashing through the creep wave, getting the stun, using the ultimate right away, and then Diamond in the bot lane, skirting around the minion waves perfectly. That's the most important thing that would have blocked his hooks. And if he didn't do that, he would have just pulled another minion like we've seen in the beginning of the laning phase. So a quick learner as to how to play this 2v2.
I mean, when you look at those inventories for those scores, you look at what would happen when you hit level 6 for an Ashe and a Blitz. You fight over and over, and your opponents are both 0, 2, and 2. That's a tough lane. But we knew that was going to happen for Wind and Phil. To an extent, you're not exactly the most aggressive unless you hit the first binding and that play goes amazing for you with your damage, right? So getting pushed around his 2 glass cannons seems appropriate.
Oh!
See if they can come out in the team fights here. Tuesday gets a good shuffle back. Palafox trying to fight this one now. Tuesday over the wall. He gets him with the W, though. And that's going to be enough to slow him and take him out. What a defiant dance. Just on the edge of that, he was able to hit him. Really well played by Palafox.
And the power fist there to take the kill. Blitzcrank gets even more gold, but the movement that C9 has, pushing into the blue, also gets to shove all the way back to the CLG bottom lane. They don't get to catch these minion waves, and the advantage in CS that they have is pretty massive thus far, both in mid and bottom. CLG's members aren't even at the triple digit.
Diamond heard us talking about the solo lanes. He says, supports carried 2, man. 3, 1, and 2 for the Blitz down there. Fraggus now running out of his own jungle as Fudge is ready to take that. Or Fraggus getting pushed out, I should say.
It's nowhere safe for the bottom lane.
Nowhere safe.
1v2 they died. They're getting dove now.
Palafox is safe. He didn't take aggro from the turret. Fraggus gets into this fight. Arrow comes out of Tomo immediately. He is literally fighting under the turret of CLG, and here comes Deus to try and get some kills back on this. That was a double for Palafox. The killing spree ended as a 3rd kill comes in for Deus, And a Malphite can get pretty destructive, especially if C9 continues to take these fights and they're not getting secondary things like a good push top or a good push bottom. If it fizzles out after the fight, I'd say this is going to Deus.
Yeah, Malphite is their god right now, the only member that is having a swell game thus far, doing much better than the previous times, but everywhere that CLG goes with the remainder of the team, it's just trouble, and now the Lux is once again going to go down, doesn't have flash, 0 and 7 is the CLG bot lane.
Deus giveth, Phil taketh. You try, but I get where CLG's coming from, though. You have to push forward to get wards. Look at where all the wards and the vision and the control is for C9, right? It's already being pushed up into your jungle. It's in places that is too tough, and they're initiating even if you have it warded. So CLG is really don't know if they have protection in an area or not right now until they start grouping and until they start getting protection for everybody that needs it. And I think that may be forced right now as the lanes are breaking.
This is how the 1v2 started. Actually wasn't even a 1v2, it was just a 1v1 that Palafox spotted out. Then the Senna's right next to the Lux. But by this time, the bottom lane has already collapsed and there's no one there to answer the prayers of Senna and Lux. It is just brutal to punish the Senna and Lux. It's why the Blitz pick is so effective, and it hurts Senna more than any other champion because a regular AD would just be missing out on gold and experience. But Senna's also missing out souls.
Yeah. Losing her own soul, losing out on souls. It's a tough world out there. But Manami is finished. Hopefully a little charge up here for Win. Win and Phil need to have something superb happen. Deus now is starting to get a little bit of aggression. We'll see how many it takes to grab him, take him down. They get him on the hook. Can they get him on the kill? The follow-ups is going to be enough, and that one goes to Palafox. A shot out of the mid lane. Tomo is going to be able to get this one down. Ranger's focus coming up quite soon. There it is, charged up and firing just a bit short. Oh, the heal comes through with the flash as they bait each other's spells out there. Nicely done, and Wind almost going down as Tomo. That reminded me of one of the old Ashe teleport arrow and you're right there plays, but he just did it in range.
Even the Ashe is looking for a 1v1 against the Senna. It is just blood for C9, and this turret is certainly an illusion of safety for CLG because the Blitz is just looking for a hook over the wall, but with the Raptor camp spawning, they are safe now. There's no way he can get that hook now.
All right, C9 takes down mid. Bottom's down. Top second tier actually just gets hit by Rift as Deus is doing what he can. We still haven't seen a Wombo combo. I want to see a laser over a Cataclysm. Oh my word. Over a Malphite ultimate. Almost stopped short in every description here just from another fight. Chrome. Once again, on to Deus. He just went down and he doesn't have an ultimate to get out of this one. The team doesn't have enough wards going across the jungle. Cloud9 is just able to collapse once again on a solo member of CLG, making it 13-5 and a 7,000 gold lead to boot.
It is a slaughter, Riv. Everybody with the exception of Fudge has a bounty, but his bounties from the first and second game will not be forgotten here. There's 45 seconds on the Dragon now for C9, and that is where they will be putting all their efforts here. Rela pushing the top lane. Doesn't need TP. She can 1v1 anybody that shows up. Won't be able to dive the Malphite, but it doesn't matter if you can just kill Fraggus before the fight begins.
Fraggus gets out. They're like, maybe we can get some chickens. We'll steal some things back right now. Soul, or a third Drake, I should say. Man, these games feel like they're going so quick, Crumbs. So many fights. So much action just speeds everything up in your mind as you look back up. It's only 2 Drakes here as Infernal did change the Rift, and this is going to be the first of those here for Cloud9 as they slowly set up vision. Pink Ward Brawl in the middle brush. Diamond's going to take care of that one. Gives him the upper hand.
CLG just lost the entire 3-wave stack in the top lane to go for this fight. Deus is here, so CLG already has committed. They need to stay in with this fight, but Irelia is so fed. I think C9 is more than happy to take this fight.
tempting Deus in. He's happy to let that shield break as they throw out a barrel. Turret wave now has a minion to deal with on the top side, so if C9 wins this fight, they're almost in the base. Ooh. That was an immediately killed Wind. He didn't have a chance to even get an auto attack off. Phil's about to fall as well. Deus is very, very low, and Tuesday is trying to save them both. They're doing a lot of work right now to get out of here. About 1,000 health combined between the two members of CounterLogic Gaming. And again, Diamond comes flying in with the emotes, and this nightmare continues for CounterLogic Gaming, and they have no way to get off of C9's wild ride.
C9 just instantly knows how they were going to play out the fight. Inori from the front, and then Fudge finds a massive ultimate onto the Malphite into the backline. It gets comboed perfectly with the Aurelia, and there is just nothing that CLG can do. Their bottom lane already so immobile against two members. When you put everybody from C9 together, it gets that much tougher, and now they're set up for even more explosive engages with the double stopwatches coming in. Let's take a look at how this fight started, because CLG started it off right away, but the counter engage that C9 has was more than ready to go. Fragus looks like he just goes into dive because of how quick C9 where to pull the trigger at the exact same time, and it is just a downhill descent from CLG as C9 is just dominating this game.
See how much they can continue and what avenue they can do it through. The Magi is now picked up by Inori as he wants to do a little reading this game. Guardian Angel already for Palafox. 9-2-3. Wait, when did that happen?
Right?
Oh my god. That's actually an absurd amount of kills. We've been seeing that happen a little bit lately. In the jungle, in the mid. Exciting stuff to see explosive gameplay like this and a single player be able to take over a game. You got to think that these players are being recognized across the board in Academy and on the LCS stage. I was kind of talking about this with somebody earlier, and that when there's that time when all the varsity players leave or things are changing, you wonder if the freshmen will ever make the team as good again. We're seeing that, honestly, and a lot of the talent being fostered now. We have to see what can happen after these splits to see where all of these players go, because they making so many impact plays. Like I said, just have to be noticed. Diamond looking for some picks here as CLG. Oh, Deus gets caught out. Not really a greedy back, but a test here from Palafox as they may have seen him hop into the brush, and Diamond is going to be Deus rather is going to be going down. Now onto the Baron here for Cloud9. Oh, what an unfortunate play there, Crumb. CLG is now just forced to watch the objective, maybe for an attempt.
Yeah, that Malphite looks like it was made out of candy with how quickly he went down. CLG's going to have a fight in their hands as the TP's coming in from the back, and Palafox is already here, but shoved to the back of the pit.
Fudge flies through the Raptor as well. Tomo trying to keep himself safe. Tuesday goes down, Inori and Wind. The 1v1 is Inori may go down, and Wind does find himself a kill here, but they're going to have Fragus on the other end of the fight as he tries to flag and drag away. Double digits for your man in the mid lane. Palafox 11-2-4 now, as they are continuing through the team of CounterLogic Gaming. 21 kills on the side of C9 as they are just having a field day.
At this point, Palafox's problem is that everybody on CLG is running away from him. So he just has to make sure that he does not get punted back or ulted inside a Cataclysm and can continue to deliver the pain. It was Fudge that TP'd to the back of that fight, but CLG engaged forward. They saw that they had an opportunity, especially after Tuesday had such a good Shurima shuffle to get the Aurelia out and back to the pit. They're very happy that that fight ended up that way, because it could have easily been the Baron and more for C9.
All right, CLG, I think we saw, Deus get destroyed here. No magic resistance just yet. He's hoping he gets in and out of a fight just as fast as a person he's trying to kill if they go down. Teleport's up for him. So if he can teleport in, huge catch there. We haven't really seen the combination of the CLG composition come together. Like, no light binding into a play, no ultimate from Fragus into a play. Everything's been reactive. And that's difficult to make any fight work your way when you have somebody in a light binding for only a few seconds, and that's your initiation. Here's what happened to Deus real quick.
There was really not anywhere he could have ulted, because if he didn't ult in that straight line, he would have still kept himself in range of Palafox that had worked him already.
True.
So let's fast forward to the fight. Hook goes down. Relia is flanking, but at the same time, CLG engages a 0 ultimate, and then Tuesday barely is able to take down Tomo there. That is a huge kill that he is able to pick up, but perhaps the larger win for CLG is Wind getting Inori killed. No more pages in his book.
That's right, it's a pop-up book now.
Yes, no words, it's just images.
Just the illustrations, easy to read. Maybe he will write a few more into that. It is a choose-your-own-adventure book for that Magi. It seems like Palafox has worked a little bit better. He had the full written story out when he was on Zoe. Or the Azir, sorry. And now we will see them pushing through here for what is Soul Drake. Cloud9's ready to set up. And Diamond's looking for a grab. Deus first, he'll even take the big guy. I like it. Usually that's not the grab you want, but CLG moving forward to Fudge now. Look at them just all walking one way. They know C9's behind them, but what are they going to do? They have to make the fight happen on their own terms from the side of CLG. And now they're split between Fudge, Tomo, Diamond on one side. Deus is trying to be a meat wall so no one gets grabbed. And as he does get hit with an arrow, he's the one that gets grabbed. Fragus tries to get over the wall, but Inori is able to body flop him there to keep him out from the initiation. Emperor's Device just going to slide along. Cloud9's able to run around, and Diamond goes back into the fight with the Shirelia's down. Or sorry, Randuin's in there. And it looks like he's going to get himself a good fight. Actually, Righteous Glory. I think I said all three, but I was close. We had speed, we had slows, and then I got to the right one. What a fight from Cloud9. A quadra kill from Palafox. Show me that KDA, baby. That is gross. What a game. And we thought the Aurelia would set him back in pace. He wouldn't be able to show off as much. Well, 19 out of the 25 kills he has cut someone down or helped cut them down on.
Riv, C9 just played that fight so well. They cornered CLG like a scared animal. They just routed them about. They surrounded them. They knew that CLG was without any place to retreat to. And look at them, right? They're so split up. They're so scared. And then they have no problem engaging onto Malphite because they know the backline is not going to be able to engage. So the only problem with picking the Malphite is if the engage happens at the same time that he turns onto you. They were too far away, and then it's so easy for them to follow up. The only salvation they got is that Fragus was actually able to take down Tomo on the left-hand side of your screen. A single auto attack from the dragon onto the Ashe was her undoing, but that might have been the pentakill for Palafox had the Jarvan stayed a little bit longer in the pit with Ashe.
Crumbs. Riv. If you're a TSM right now, you better be taking
scared.
Notes. Like, yes, CLG are the underdogs coming into this match, but the ferocity of Cloud9, knowing they have an advantage, pressing that advantage just seems unstoppable. No matter what you're running or how much you can figure it out with vision or stop that snowball with vision, they are playing so well right now on the side of C9.
They're just getting advantages every game in laning phase and then team fighting really well. It would be one thing to say that they're getting laning advantages and then not being able to execute in the fights, or that the gold lead is why they're being able to win those fights, but that is not the case. They are just straight up better. They are first to the fight. They are biding their time. They're taking the skirmishes that are in their favor, and it is really difficult for CLG to play around that when they rely on cooldown so much more with a Jarvan.
Instant Mikhails coming in from the Lux. Here we go. Maybe a fish in a barrel with the Malphite ultimate, but he's not there to take it just yet. Cloud9 is fighting a 3v4 in the mid lane, and they take one down. Sets on bot. We had a rotation coming in from top from Palafox. There's the ultimate from Deus. They know the split is happening here, and they're instantly able to take down Tomo. Inori's just on the side. Nice reaction coming in, but Inori's able to just solo out Wind right there as the whole team feels that blow across them. This could be the fight. Another couple kills coming in with a turret and the death of a CLG member going into the hands of Palafox as he picks up a little bit more. 4 away from 20 kills on this game, and Phil's running for the fountain right now to get that HP bar back up and do what he can. Crumbs, this looks like it is it with the death timers for CLG. Cloud9 had so much aggression throughout this playoff series. Our last semifinal will go to them, and Cloud9 are going to find themselves trying a little bit harder on the next series to bring back the championship for themselves. The reigning champs again going to the finals, and they'll be facing off against TSM.
What a resurgence out of the roster. They lose King, but bring Tomo, and it's like nothing has ever happened. They are still on top. The solo lanes really stepped up this series. They were so impressive. Fudge and Palafox. I mean, what was that? I think 16 kills on Aurelia at the end of the game. I think that's going to be a pretty strong pick come finals against TSM, but despite how dominant C9 was, this is still a round of applause, a tip of the hat for CLG Split in one of the more impressive turnarounds for a roster that everybody thought was dead in the water.
It's very easy to look at a game from only the C9 side there with the domination, the way they started fights, but Counter Logic Gaming changed everything. And credit from, you know, behind the scenes to the front with Moon coming in, being able to do everything. You could say CLG is not over the moon. Right?
Not yet. I sure hope so. Please keep Moon. Please have him teach more people to do what he just did.
Yeah, they definitely made a lot of strides here, and we've seen that happen for a lot of organizations coming out, and I think it only spells great things for the future. I am excited. We are stepping away right now, though, but after a short break, we will have Palafox for our Verizon post-game interview. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Verizon post-game interview. I am joined by the victorious Palafox. How's it going, man? Congratulations on the game. That looked like a lot of fun, and you guys made it brutal.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. The fastest 3-0 we've had, I think. So
awesome. What are your initial thoughts kind of on the series overall, how it went? What was it expected kind of thing?
I think that we pretty much like Fudge plays a lot of counter picks. I play a lot of counter picks. And we pretty much got a counter pick on both solos every single game. I know we always got a jungle matchup we wanted, and then our bot lane got a stable matchup, so the game was kind of just over every single game.
Yeah, Crumbs and I were talking just about solo lanes the whole time. You guys were like 2 levels up. It was wild. You were playing well. Did you know, though, that your media team tweeted out GG, you won on game 2?
No, I did not, but it definitely felt that way. So.
Yeah, I didn't know if that added any extra pressure, but it didn't seem like it. You were absolutely owning in the mid lane. I have to ask, after a game like this, or after kind of any game, or thinking throughout the season, where do you rank yourself, Palafox, if that's something that you do or can say?
I mean, definitely best mid in academy. I don't think it's like anything special to be, right? Like the goal is LCS. Hopefully, though.
No, absolutely.
People start scouting and then like actually giving academy players chances, because definitely feel like I'm better than some LCS players. At least like my laning is definitely a lot better than them. So yeah.
That's amazing. And that's to say you're absolutely ready for the pressure of now being on a kind of a reigning champion team for C9, and you're saying you're ready for LCS.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like at this point, if there's no way to get to LCS, like I don't know what to do. Like I feel like I've proven myself for like 2 splits or 3 splits almost, and yeah, I kind of just don't know what else to do to make it like seem like I'm LCS ready.
Absolutely. Well, one more game definitely proves a little bit more of that, and you guys are looking fantastic. Good luck versus TSM. Palafox, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we are going to be heading to a short break, but when we come back, we are going to close out the day, so do not go anywhere. We are. Peace. Welcome back, everybody, to Academy here as we are getting ready to close out the day. We're going to go over that Cloud9 Academy versus Counterlogic Gaming Academy matchup. And a 3-0 quick sweep. TSM 3-0 there, so the finals is going to be awesome. But let's take a look one last time at this last game. And again, C9 came out the gates swinging, as they usually do.
This was the best play CLG made all game long, and it was very early on.
Yep.
They were only able to trade. It was a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane. They didn't actually end up getting Fudge, and they got the kill in the top lane, I believe, against the set that canceled the TP a little bit later. But from that point onwards, when they resumed the laning phase, C9 just smoked them. We talked about the solo lanes, and in your interview that was really insightful with Palafox, we heard that they just prioritize those counter picks. And it's true. When CLG takes their solo lane so early, it just gave them the opportunity to play to their strength. And those are strengths that have won Academy in the past, and they are not shy about them. Here's Palafox with a 1v2, no less, against Wind and Phil, who already had such a hard time in the bot lane.
Thank you for the picks. We thought, hey, Aurelia really for Palafox? Yes, really, just putting on the pressure, continuing. Diamond as well had such a great game. He was cleaning up kills on the bot side of the map, throwing out emotes, and really the team just playing all out brutally this game. Deus did what he could. Really big props to Deus for each game. He kind of got pushed around on the top, but still showed great promise there in each of the fights and being able to try and turn the tide.
For CLG, the big emphasis was the laning phase in the draft. I think that's one thing that they can shore up into next season if they stay together. But this is now the last, or one of the last fights for C9, where they just routed CLG all to the back of the river and then just obliterated them. They chased them down, and there was nothing that they could do. The fight had just been played so well by C9, knowing who they needed to watch out for. The only targets that were a danger were the engage of Malphite and Jarvan. If there was going to be follow-up in range, if there's not, let them jump you. Who cares? They're not dealing any damage. They're just putting themselves out of position.
All right, so with those games finished up, we know what our finals is. Let's take a look at the bracket and see how everything played out and how we got to this spot. We've been whittling away at the teams for weeks now, and TSM versus C9 is our finals. Where have I heard that before?
A few times. I think it's happened in a few games here and there, but this is the final that we deserved all split long. They were the top two teams the whole way through. The one thing that makes it better, Riv, is the fact that Treats came back for the Evil Geniuses series.
That is a treat.
I don't know if he's going to play against Cloud9. He should, because he was the player that was playing the whole way through. Maybe he's playing double duty with LCS in the Academy, getting that extra practice for playoffs. But the roster with Treats looked way cleaner than with Bio. Obviously, they had so much more time with him. It was going to be the case. And now we are actually with a team that might have met their match, because the big problem for TSM versus C9 was TSM was not really playing the objective game. C9 was much better at that. If they shored that up with Treats' knowledge with the LCS roster, they might actually be a big opponent for C9 to try to overcome.
I can't wait. It's all coming up. We will be back with that Academy Finals on August 28th. That matchup is going to be between Cloud9 and TSM. Cloud9 being the reigning champs, but we're looking to crown one. Coming up here, you won't want to miss it. And if you have the need for a league before then, be sure to tune in to LCS tomorrow at 12:30 for a face-off between Evil Geniuses and Cloud9, with both teams looking to stay alive in playoffs and make it to Worlds. Dude, I am loving the new playoff bracket in the LCS. Seeing what FlyQuest has been able to do, it makes it worth.
It makes it worth it because we also get the revenge match between TSM and Golden Guardians. The salty run back is finally here. Can Golden Guardians just ensure that TSM does not make to Worlds, or is TSM strong enough to overcome their woes in the bottom lane and make their way as the third seed into Worlds and dethrone C9? Who knows? That's why double bracket and double limb is so exciting.
Playoffs is always so spicy. I love it. So that's going to do it from us for us from here. For the entire live broadcast crew and myself and Crumbs. Crumbs, thank you so much. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow for more playoffs action. My mouth doesn't work anymore.
Good night.